Well, hello anybody. How are you doing today? Welcome to the bit where I make sure the live stream's actually working. Oh, that's weird. Oh. Well, hello anybody. With apologies if you actually heard twin sounds at that point. I normally have that muted and somehow it wasn't. Greetings, current and future subscribers. Merry Christmas. This actually isn't my Christmas live stream. I'll be doing that tomorrow, and I will be scheduling that shortly. I apologize to any of my subscribers who join this or who watch it later. This weekend did not work out very well for me. It feels like my right kidney decided it was going to pass a kidney stone again, and that was no fun, although fortunately I didn't have to go to hospital. I'm just having a quick look at my mail here. Okay, yeah. Alice in Wonderland. Not too bothered about this at this point. Anyway, what are we doing? Well, this is the live stream I would normally have done on Sunday, Journey of the Wingless. Nimue here is going to do a few things today. As the description states, going to finish off going through the season of Moomin. And depending on how much time we got, we'll go and take a look at the quests available in the Crescent Oasis. Neither one of which should be a huge challenge for her. But, yeah. Worth doing. So, last time, we did the actual quests in the Moomin season, and I read from the book The Invisible Child to give you full context, and then we went ahead and did the Abyss quests. So this time you should see that we've done all of these. Ooh, I wouldn't mind getting that. No, it's not worth it. And I don't have the candles to get her the invisible outfit. So we did all these quests on this side, and then, as I understand it, this basically tells the story. And then this side is, well, to me it struck me as being an interpretation of the story from Nini's perspective. And I'll be honest, I actually found it both disturbing and emotional and quite moving. So if you remember at the beginning of the story, Nini is brought to the Moomins through a dark and stormy night. She had been taken care of by an extremely unpleasant older female relative, often assumed to be her aunt, although I don't believe that's actually stated. And so therefore what we're seeing here is not so much an actual representation of how she was living, but how she feels about how she was living. Dark and wet and isolated. No light, or very little light. No hope. And here, I suppose she's making the journey through the night, wet, cold. Don't know what Nimue was thinking when she was going through this. After all, she had essentially been abandoned by the person looking after her and handed over to a complete stranger, which must have been a scary experience for her. So she's going to be very frightened. Oh, you're welcome, Liz. I'm glad you got through Eden. That is quite a challenge and very satisfying when you do it. And so that's the first part of the story. Basically, I suppose, what it was like for Ninny making it to the Moomin's house. But you'll notice there's very little hope there for her at this point. To her, I suppose, she must simply have been handed off rather heartlessly from one person to another to, I don't know, this odd family. Oops, wrong one. I have to ask, is that Liz? I can't tell. Were you playing on PC, or were you playing on console, or were you playing on a tablet? So moving on to the second part of the story. Hang on, I'm just going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's 6 parts. Huh. So it's very tempting to assume at this point she's got a glimmer of hope because she's been treated kindly. She's been given her own room. I would imagine she feels very fragile. Yeah, perhaps she's been given hope, but she doesn't know how to act yet. She doesn't know how to behave. She doesn't know what's expected of her. She's going to be terrified that this hope is taken away from her. But there is the possibility of a light at the end of the tunnel. And so perhaps this represents the journey ahead of her. Not going to be easy, but there's still light at the end of the tunnel. So perhaps this represents the challenge ahead of her. And it would be an awful challenge. She sunk so low that she's invisible. And now, perhaps she has hope. Perhaps she feels she does. But she's got all these strange people to deal with. And that's their own set of challenges, because, let's be honest, they have certain expectations of her. And perhaps that's the shock of that. She doesn't know or understand what's expected of her. All she knows is, I don't know, to stay invisible. But she's very bravely going to climb ahead and push forward, because she has that spark of hope within her. I'm sure there are others who have done a better analysis of this. Perhaps it's significant that they're representing this as an upward struggle, because of course one of the problems with an upward struggle is falling off. Or being pushed backwards. Or of disappointing the people who are in their own way trying to help her. Which of course, in the short story, she kind of does. Of course, also in the short story, at this point, she's taking this strange medicine that's never mentioned in this version of the story, but is a major part of the original. So, you have to wonder to what extent, and it's been cut away from her, and she's been pushed back, and some hope has been stripped away from her. And this might represent where she couldn't act in the way that they expected. And the book's actually a little unfair to her, I think. But Moomin Mama steps in with her medicine and reassurance that it didn't matter about breaking the jar. Oops. I'm not sure. Maybe I can't make this as Wingless. I thought you could. But she finds out how to progress, perhaps? Yep. And in the story, she does have a few instances like this. You know, she accidentally breaks the jar. She's asked to play games that she doesn't know how to play. All she knows is she's supposed to go along with it because that's what they expect. And she would have thought, after all, so now she's reached this pinnacle. She has to make another huge leap. So hard for her to do. And not made any easier, to be honest, by the people she's with. especially in the story. But she comes out of that scene, it seems, with, yeah, she's made a significant break. I say break, progress. I can't remember. Did we do? I can't remember. Did we do this one already? Oh, hang on, the keyboard's funny. Did we do this one? No, we didn't. Okay. But she's starting off. There's literally a beacon of hope ahead of her in the form of a lighthouse. Things are a lot more pleasant. Perhaps this is the bit where she's expected to play games. But she has a long way to go. And they have very little understanding. So she's got this struggle now. To try and do what is expected of her. Now there's actually a risk in this, because now she's already a people pleaser. And now she's trying to please the others who don't understand. They thought, for example, after all, that, you know, if she could play a few games, everything would be fine. Of course, that's a very simplistic way of looking at it. Again, I like to point out that when this book was written in 1962, attitudes towards child's mental health was not the same as today. So here she's got her demons coming to haunt her. And in a way they're being reinforced, because she can't do anything that's expected of her. And that's very difficult for the poor girl. And she must feel terrible at this point. So perhaps we're looking here at improved self-image, despite everything she's gone through. Perhaps it's whatever medication Moomin Mama put her on. I noticed they did keep that out of the story, because it kind of implies she was possibly drugged up to the eyeballs. Oh, that was funny. For a second I thought that was part of the story. And what must it feel to be in her place, knowing that there's hope still ahead of her, but she's got that vast chasm to cross. And yet we have this really quite terrifying looking house that she can't avoid, and she's being sucked in. Possibly back into the abyss of her depression, her invisible state, if you like, because she's disappointed the people who are trying to help. Or she feels she's disappointed them, which is the same thing. And so she's back to where she started. But perhaps that little butterfly still offers a certain degree of hope for her. And now she has to fight her way out again. So technically, I suppose she still has hope. She still has the light ahead of her, her goal. But now, she's got all these obstacles put in her way that she somehow has to negotiate in her head. And please note, she has to do it on her own. And I can't remember how you're supposed to get up there. I don't think it's that way, is it? Don't think I can jump up there. Nope, I can't. I've done this before. I just can't remember how I did it. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. And this is where she has to make... I'm not sure if this is the final jump, but it certainly looks like it. I'd love to know if that game company actually consulted with a child psychologist about this. So does this represent that final bit? where she becomes outraged at what she thinks is Moomin Papa's attempt to dunk Moomin Mama into the ocean. And this is where she makes the decision to get angry. But she still has that huge cavern. And behind her are her demons and the house that made her invisible. But she looks like she's going to be brave. And make that final jump. And the symbolism there is potentially interesting. Does she think that maybe she's doing something irrevocably wrong or irrevocably right? Because she wouldn't know. All she knows is she's getting angry. And it's interesting that she comes to the defense of Moomin Mama. And now perhaps that gives her wings. Although, of course, in Nimue's case, that's... a little deceptive. And she's defeating her demons, perhaps? I have to admit, this bit is quite uplifting. And I hope I don't get a copyright strike for this. There is some... I think there's actually been some scholarly work done on analysing the invisible child. And honestly, too much of it to go through. There's debate about what the medicine was that she was being given. There's actual debate about that. I think possibly one of the mistakes trying to analyze that is we don't know what was in Tove Janssen's mind back in 1962 when she wrote this. But that is a nice little ending. Right. So, what are my choices? Oh, well, first of all, let me go and... Whoa! They changed their look a bit, I think. So, what did I say we were going to do? We are going to do... Oh, I ended up in the wrong place. Oh, no, I didn't. Couldn't figure out where I was for a second. I'm used to popping out in the aviary. Well, at the very least, I can just go and grab up the light. Oh! We've got snow here now. I haven't been online in Sky for a few days, so I haven't seen this. Oh, it's worth a little look around. I'll give the hopeful steward a hug. Right, so... That's kind of pretty. I suppose the problem is, one, living in northern England, I'm not massively keen on cold and miserable winters. And two, given that one of the games I stream is the Long Dark, I'm not sure I wanted to be reminded of the Long Dark while playing Sky. I hope none of the other areas are suddenly as cold and as chilling as this. It's I don't think they will be, but let's have a quick look. Oh dear. Have they made everywhere? A winter wonderland? Alright, let's have a quick look, I suppose. Sorry, this was not expected. I really was not expecting that winter would have made its way to, what, all the realms? Oh, I didn't click on the... Did I? No, I didn't. I didn't click on the dailies. Oh, let's have a little look, see how far they've extended the winter theme. Honestly, I wish they'd left the Daylight Prairie as it was. I much prefer it, I think, as this seemingly warm and green place. Oh my goodness, yes. That's quite a different look. No, I'm not going to do a candle run. We're just going to run around a bit and investigate and have a bit of an explore, see what they've changed. Well, here too. Oh, okay, we gotta go check Prairie Peak, see what they did with that. I sincerely hope they didn't make the Crescent Oasis into a winter wonderland. That really wouldn't work for me. Alright, let's have a look at Prairie Peaks. Yeah. Prairie Peaks. Yeah, this is quite unexpected. Like I said, I haven't been in Sky since Friday. Yeah, Saturday was a completely offline day, and I think that's when I think my kidney stone started to potentially cause me issues on Friday, but yeah, Saturday was not fun. And Sunday definitely wasn't, so I wasn't online either of those days. Nor was I yesterday, because frankly I was still exhausted from passing a kidney stone. And they've made this into a winter wonderland as well. Yeah, I definitely preferred it. Okay. Alright, I can live with the idea that they made Daylight Prairie into winter. Let's have a little look and see what they did with some of the others. So, did they make the Hidden Forest wintry? Oh, they didn't. Oh, good. That's something of a relief. Right, okay. Let's head back and see if we can't undertake the quests in the Crescent Oasis. In fact, I know we can do that. Oh, that's funny. That's the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. No, I'm not too bothered by that at this point. I'm sure if you keep watching, Baron will be doing bits of the Alice in Wonderland story. But what we are going to do is the quests in the Crescent Oasis that came from the season of the Nine-Coloured Deer, which for me is arguably one of the best quests of the game, because it started just about the time I started playing last year. And I must admit, I thought that what they did with the season of the Nine-Coloured Deer was going to be reflective. Ooh, I don't have that. Was going to be reflective of other seasons, and of course it hasn't, unfortunately. Just my personal opinion, but I kind of figured that if they'd continued with the kind of theme that you start seeing with some of these, the more... I'm not quite sure what the expression would be. I mean, the Little Prince I can sort of... I wasn't a fan... I've obviously done the Little Prince quests, or Baron has, and I wasn't a massive fan. One day I'll have to... I don't think Nimue can actually do those quests unaided, but depending on how we proceed on her journey, we may well end up doing those. Is that... That's the Moomin. Is that Alice in Wonderland? No, that's Aurora. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, she can't do the Aurora quest single-handed either. Has to get help for that. But I can tell you in advance that a Wingless can do these quests. Here is the story of the 9-colored deer. I'm not sure if this is actually based on real folklore. One thing it kind of reminds me of is Princess Mononoke, for reasons I might go into in a minute. Yeah, when I first did this season, I'm not sure I don't remember first time when I did this with Baron. Can't remember if Baron had been. Oh yes, Baron had been through Eden. Yes, she had. Baron's first claim to fame, if you want to call it that, was that after literally just 2 days of playing, she ended up running Eden by mistake, because I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, this. If anybody's seen Princess Mononoke, one of the underlying features of that anime is Japanese folklore. And there's a deer that plays a prominent role throughout that. So this is what that reminds me of. But this, of course, is, at least this region is based, I think, on New Mexico / parts of Arizona. If you go up into, I think there's some parts of Arizona that can look a bit like this. Not necessarily with the sand dunes, but with that layered strata you're seeing there, yeah, there are definitely places like that you can see. Possibly the Painted Desert too. Oh, I don't have that. Side quest, I'm just going to grab the map shrine. Used to be a very useful little bug around the corner in here where you could pick up 200 light, but they fixed it. And I didn't find out about it until after it was patched. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be based on Anasazi folklore or something similar. Certainly one of the peoples who lived in this kind of area were the Anasazi, if memory serves. I really should have looked up the story before I came ahead and did this. I'd be able to give more meaning to it. Oh, thank you for a heart. For half a second there, I thought I was reminded of a story. Hang on. But I'm wrong. I know somebody in the game who I believe is Nahuatl from Mexico. Nahuatl basically means, if I recall, they speak the language of the Aztecs. And there are still descendants of the Aztecs and Mayans in Mexico. I'm not going to say her name, but her name was based on Nahuatl folklore. With apologies for my pronunciation, and I just mixed that up in my mind with the Season of the Nine-Colored Deer. It's not the same story at all. The duality of the crabs in this game can be rather amusing. On the one hand, you're supposed to help this one, and most of the rest of the time, they knock you down and make you lose your light. So my normal plan during these streams, or what's becoming a normal plan, is I'll stream for an hour, take a quick break, and then pretty much continue for another hour. That's about as much as my voice can take, well, depending on what we're doing, or depending upon interaction in the chat. I'll probably end up splitting this up into 2 bits. I should have paid attention to where the jellyfish was, but we're going to head for the bubble stream, I think. Yeah, reasonable guess. So yeah, I'll probably end up chopping out the second part of the invisible child. That'll become one section. And maybe the brief exploration of the Winter Wonderland, or whatever they're calling it. And then this will have to be its own complete section. I don't really feel like chopping this up into multiple quests. Although I did with the Passage Stone quest, but they were interminable. Yeah, throw a little tantrum. Probably won't help. That wasn't quite the emote I was looking for. Yeah, hang on a second, I'm just typing a note out to a friend. Oh, what did I have to do? Oh, I had to go see the manta, didn't I? Yeah. You just want to pick up the crab and take it along. A couple of the things that occurred to me about the story, and pretty much did from the start, and I think they're fairly obvious to everybody. It's not just the benevolence of the 9-colored deer. It's willingness to sacrifice itself. I mean, because that's basically what it's doing. It's sacrificing itself. Tell you what, it does feel weird streaming in the afternoon like this, because I'm normally streaming at 9 AM in the morning. But the reason I didn't this morning was I had to go and do my last minute food shopping for Christmas. And I had to get into town fairly early so it wouldn't be crammed full of people. I'm afraid for a Wingless, these series of quests are relatively straightforward. They're not much different whether you have wings or not. But it's part of her journey. I have to admit, Nimue being that short makes for a somewhat better companion for the deer than some of the taller ones. Nimue does look more like a child than if you're playing somebody who is nearer to maximum height. Now, the interesting thing here for me is I think we're departing from the inspiration of the Anasazi. I'm by no means sure. Haven't looked it up. But the villager there seemed to be wearing a turban. So I'm wondering if there's also influence here from the Indian subcontinent. I mean, it's interesting that they would set up the layout to be sort of New Mexico, Arizona, and then some of the story, yeah, kind of feels more like Indian subcontinent, complete with the lotus. I really should have looked it up, but I mean, I'm assuming that's a lotus. It looks a bit like a lotus. And again, we've got the sacrifice. And you have to wonder if the deer knew that that promise wouldn't be kept. Oops, spoilers. Again here you've got that sort of mixture. This doesn't look Anasazi. At least, I don't think it does. But they've got this whole built into the cliff thing going, which is very much an element of that region of New Mexico and Arizona. It's kind of funny, but that's actually pretty much Baron's mask and dress. Trying to remember, there is, I think, a similar kind of story in Greek mythology. Is it Greek mythology? Can't remember what it is. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break. And as per usual, I shall switch off the camera for this. I'm just going to wait for this particular scene to end. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes. And I'm back. And we shall continue with the tale of the nine-coloured deer. In a way, this story, and maybe it's the reason I liked it so much, this story matches in well with what I think of as one of the underlying themes of Sky, which is that idea of self-sacrifice, which is exemplified in Sky by going to Eden. Especially the first time you go to Eden and you don't know what you're doing. Actually, that kind of reminds me, I need to take Berin back into Eden. She's picked up a couple of more wing levels, I think. Wing buffs. She picked up the... I think she's got all the wing buffs in the constellations now. And then she picked up one from... Oops. Yeah, this is a bit of a challenge if you don't have wings. Only a bit. One game I might get, because I've heard it's quite good, is Medieval Dynasty. I believe that's multiplayer, or it can be. As long as it doesn't have PvP, I might give that a try. Start streaming that. And once again, the deer sacrifices itself. Progressively. Presumably getting weaker and weaker. You can feel the inevitability of what's happening here. Yes, it's celebrating the beauty of life. Unfortunately, with the beauty of life comes the inevitability of death. Don't know if that's what they meant. Oh, so, again, if anybody is late to this, yes, I do plan to live stream tomorrow, Christmas Day, and I'll be streaming The Pathless, which I have not played yet. So that should be interesting. Pathless is by the same people who made the rather excellent Abzu, which I did actually kind of finish. I haven't finished everything in the game, but I've finished most of it. But the people who did Abzu also did Flower, which I have also streamed. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with the Pathless. And once again, the spirit of benevolence and self-sacrifice. I'm not sure in the child's place I would have been quite so kind. I would have been inclined to lead the deer away to some place where it could recover, rather than sacrifice itself further. But then I'm a cynic, and nearly 59 years old, so... Yep, a turban is not, as far as I know, something worn by Native Americans, let alone the Anasazi. So I think they're mixing in folklore from different areas. You know, I'll have to check. I've always thought this was inspired by New Mexico, Arizona type of region. I will have to check. I know that there are deserts in India. I will have to check and see what they look like. Perhaps I'm completely wrong. I'd like to say we're almost done, but this last bit takes a while. Interesting that the deer is not actually depicted as dead, just weakened. And again, there's a certain Princess Mononoke to that. Although, now I won't spoil it. If you haven't watched Princess Mononoke, go watch it. I must admit, I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever, for this particular section, crossed the open ground there. Let's give it a try. I'm curious. Let's see. Normally, I think I've actually gone along the rim there and avoided the krill altogether. But oh, that's what happens. Let's see. This... oh, that's interesting. Perhaps because I'm wingless. Now, wingless being struck by a krill, normally you lose your light, but you can't really suffer any particular harm. Slight continuity error there, I think. Oh, I might as well grab the light here. Don't normally bother getting a light here during a wing run, unless I'm feeling particularly motivated to get 21 wings, which is not often. I tend to get a bit irritated by that point. It's never made entirely clear, of course, what they were intending doing with the deer once they caught it. Now, the big sort of question I have here is that the child giving her light back to the deer? Trying to remember whether that's what happens with the other creatures that were captured. Seems a bit odd that they would go to the effort to capture the crab. Maybe they have a taste for crustaceans. Or jellyfish. Jellyfish are in a part of cuisine in parts of Southeast Asia, as I remember. Not sure I fancy it myself. And so they're all returning their light to the 9-coloured deer. I've never bothered to count if they actually return all their light and she gets all 9-coloured back. I imagine that must be a rather irritated deer. And this bit was always so satisfying. If I can just manage to arrange it. As I recall, it doesn't make much difference if you have wings or not for this part. Why I can't get a decent dive bombing of it, I don't know. But that is quite satisfying. Oh, come on. Doesn't that count? That was close enough, surely. Yeah, this was actually quite scary first time around. I, after all, didn't know what I was doing. Didn't know what might happen. Try and cut it off as it exits the wall of whatever, or one of them. There we go. A bit easier than I've had it before. Oh, that's not one? Oh, it is. Where's the other one gone? I want to go back and get... Can I get a turn hard enough to... Nope, but I might be able to get that one next. And... is that just one more? Two more. Oh, I might be able to get this one. Or not. Let's see if we can do a diving attack on this. I think I'm gonna have a better shot at getting this one next. And I think I've got the angle of attack wrong. Plot and intercept course, Mr. Sulu. Ready phasers and photon torpedoes. Yes, I think I haven't got the speed. Oh. Just about. And this should be the last one before the grand finale. Come here, you crustacean monstrosity. Oh, well, if I can just get the angle right. Huh. For some reason I was just reminded of the battle with Smaug in the Hobbit. Absolutely nothing like this, of course, but yeah, not exactly a position I would be massively keen to get myself into. Now, here's a question. The nine-coloured Jid just used all that magic to repel the krill, and yet doesn't seem to... Ah, there's a difference. Using magic to repel the krill isn't the same as saving somebody's life. Although apparently it can restore the Oasis. And if I were the nine-coloured deer, I'd be keeping an eye on that king very, very carefully. Because, of course, if he's only human, he's going to die, and then you got to keep an eye on his descendants, and so on and so forth. And I think that's it. Yep. And if you have the right cloak, you can encounter the deer again in this section. If you don't have the cloak, you've got to hope that you're there with somebody who does. And that's it. And that's everything I intended to do in this live stream. It only took me an hour and a half. If there is something someone else wishes me to look into, I suppose I'm awfully tempted to... Well, let's have a quick look at whatever this is. Might as well have a look. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, this is kind of nice. This is the cafe. Yeah, you really ought to do something about the snow coming in through a window. Oh. Now, this is Alice in Wonderland. Have they got this whole eat me, drink me mechanic to make you grow shorter and taller? I read Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass. Oh, grief. That must be 50 years ago. Trying to remember if I ever saw the Disney movie. Probably. Let's have a look. Oh yes, this is very much the introduction to Alice in Wonderland, where she follows the White Rabbit down the hole. And the hole goes on forever, and as I recall, she picks up something from a shelf and puts it back. Wow, that's a gigantic Alice. Oh, it's the whole event currency thing. Problem is, if you don't have anything, Oh, let's have a look. Let's see how this works. I'm not sure that Nimue has any need for anything that's available. I'll have a look. Oh, that's a lot of stuff to do. Alright, let's have a little look. Oops, here we go. What have we got? No. Is that a mask? I'm not sure. The problem is I really don't have the candles to do this in the time available. Because after today, the next time I run Nimue will be almost... Well, it won't be at the end of the season. It'll be next Sunday, probably. Oh well. Oh well. In the meantime, there seems to be quite a bit of light to collect. Whoa, that is rather large. I think that's supposed to represent Alice. Where are we? Okay, we're not going to be able to just hop out and take a look. I wonder if non-wingless have wings at this point. Pick the mushroom? Yeah, I must admit, I'm... I think, I wonder if they've missed out. So let me have a little look around. I'm having my doubts about... Oh! We're scampering around the cafe, aren't we? Of course we are. And I'm too short to get all of them. And the lack of wings doesn't help. And I don't feel like having to do the jump. Oh, I don't know. That was a pretty good jump. I think that's too high. Yeah. Might be possible to get it from another angle, but... So is this basically it? I suppose I haven't really found the daily tickets, have I? I mean, I found a couple of the bonus ones. Oh, I remember. Is that the March Hare? Can't remember the importance of the others. I mean, the Mad Hatter, of course, is famous. Hatters at the time that Alice in Wonderland was written, famously used mercury in the manufacture of hats, and it sent them crazy. So, being mad as a hatter was practically an expected part of the job. So, That's where the concept of the Mad Hatter comes from. I'm not sure that... Oh, there's the... that would be the Mad Hatter. I'm trying to remember how many people there were at the Mad Hatter's party. There was the Mad Hatter, there was the March Hare, there was the Dormouse, and there was Alice. Oh, grief, They've decided to make this into quite an extensive event, haven't they? Now the problem is, if you're used to doing candle runs, I'm not sure if it's worth doing this. Instead of a candle run. Ah, I think that's supposed to be the Dormouse. Hello, Annie. How are you doing? What am I supposed to do for 49 seconds? Just hang around here waiting for this silly thing? Yeah, I'm not sure that's so much a dormouse as a sleeping... I don't know what it is. My screen resolution isn't great. Is that Arnie Sin or Arnold Sin? And good day. Merry Christmas. Oh, hang on a second. I have messages. Oh. Anisen? The Dings are a friend of mine who hopefully will be joining us. What was I doing? Waking up the... Oh, look at that. I can just make that jump. Hey, Thivia. Happy Christmas Eve to you. You catch us in the Winter Wonderland thing. There's an awful lot to do. Well, a lot's happened. What am I supposed to do with you? Oh. Yeah, they've given us... Have you had the opportunity to visit... Yeah, I... So you'll have noticed that they turned the aviary and home and the Daylight Prairie into Winterland, I suppose. Oh, hang on, I need to go back and... Where's the Mad Hatter gone? Oh, he's there. Alright, so that should be the three of them. Mad Hatter, the Sleepy Dormouse, and the March Hare. Oh, I've forgotten that they did that. In the book, I think they actually did. No, I haven't bought any tickets. Just wondering how much of the light I can get and how long I'm going to take before I get tired of trying to find all the bonus events for things that I don't want. Oh, there's one. Oh. Yeah. When the constellation / friendship tree was published for this, I didn't really see anything I was particularly after. So this is more a bit of filler. What am I supposed to do with this? Oh. It is really weird seeing the cafe with everybody so gigantic. I'm just going to do one quick circuit and I think some of these I don't know. I probably could get to them if I tried hard enough going up the fungus. Nimue managed to do the season of the 9-colored deer earlier. I'm afraid you missed that. Ah, can't see. Made it! Was there any point in my doing that? I can't. I'm too short and I don't have wings. Yep. Well, that answers that question. Can't get all the event currency. Alright, let's try the race and possibly call it a day. To be honest, this is getting a bit tedious. If nothing else, it demonstrates that, yeah, she can do some of the stuff in here. Alright, what's today's race? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. What am I supposed to do? If it involves flying, I'm out of luck. Oh, it's one of these. Don't think I'm gonna get very good times. For a moment I thought they were playing the tune from Dallas. And yeah. I can. I don't know that I can get up there. Alright, keyboard's doing its funnies. Yeah. I'm okay with that. Where are we? Isle of Dawn? Oh no! Oh, they didn't. They did. Did they turn the... They turned the Sanctuary Islands into winter as well. Yeah, I can't jump high enough. What can I say? To be honest, I don't care enough about the Alice in Wonderland thing to pursue it further. So did they turn any of the other realms into winter, or was it just Daylight Prairie? Because it strikes me it was just Daylight Prairie. Well, there's a thought. They might have done something to the Valley of Triumph, seeing as it... No, that's pretty much the same. No, Valley of Triumph seems to be about the same. I'm gonna guess they didn't do anything to the Golden Wasteland. No, they didn't. Oh, thank goodness for that. Alright. I'll tell you what, I've got nothing better to do. What does everybody want me to do? All two of you. Let's see. I'm trying to think. This is now filler time, where I'm open to suggestions. Mire the sapling in Daylight Prairie, collect the green light. What the heck. Let's just do the dailies for fun of it. I've actually already been in here earlier, so... Got that, got that. Skip the winged light. I did the Moomin stuff. I've done the quests, and I the first part of today's stream was going through what looks to be Ninny's mental health story. So I've done that already. In fact, last week I read the story as well for the... yeah, I did this too. Yeah, I read the original short story as well. So, dailies. Okay, dailies I can do. I think I can do all the dailies. Yes, I can. Hidden Forest hasn't changed. We checked that earlier as well. Well, I did. Briefly. How did snow get on the roof? Oh, I forgot to admire the sapling. Alright, I gotta go. Hang on. No, I'll go back home and do it that way. Forgot to admire the sapling. So, as yet another reminder, because I can't remember who was here the last time I announced it, tomorrow, 9 o'clock GMT, 5 p.m. Malaysia time, I'm going to stream The Pathless. Maybe Vampire Lynx will join us for that, I don't know. But that's my plan for tomorrow. Oh, and I got a very useful comment to my last Long Dark video. Someone told me, if you drop a stick, it always faces the same direction. So, hey, built-in compass. I think they said it always points north. So, very helpful. Alright, let's go back to what I was doing. Oh, I need to bow at a player. Come here, player. I need someone to bow at. Come forth and be bowed at. So what are people doing tomorrow? Anything interesting? Hang on. Why did I get something go plink at me? No. Something went plink, and I have no idea what it was. I think the slumbering shipwright is in the caverns here. Green light I can get, and yeah, that's straightforward. Ah, yes. I talked to my father today, and I'll Probably talk to the rest of the family tomorrow. We don't live anywhere near each other. For the most part. Oh, I already got that. Right, Slumbering Shipwright is through here, I think. I will be eating too much. Well, no, I won't be eating too much. But for some reason at Christmas I've developed this habit. I get some very good smoked salmon and some very good chocolate and some very good Belgian biscuits and a few other bits and pieces. So I tend to snack. Please don't anybody ask that I do a candle run. Splitting this up into watchable chunks is going to be hard enough already. That's not the Slumbering Shipwright, is it? Is it? Oh, wait a minute. Alright, where's the Slumbering... I was going to say the Slumbering Shipwright. Is that the Slumbering Shipwright? Hang on. I'm going to cheat. Heavens forbid. Don't tell that game company I'm doing this. Slumbering Shipwright. Wow, thank goodness I have multiple screens. Slumbering Shipwright. Oh, he's on the... Oh, he's that one. Okay, alright. Nope, I thought this was him. No. He's, am I going the right way? No, I'm not. I'm lost with all the snow and ice. I can't tell where I am. Yes, yeah, I've been going for over 2 hours, but normally when I stream first thing in the morning, 9 o'clock, I have to stop because I have to eat lunch. Well, I have time, so I am not obligated to my stomach to... Whoa, I don't... So I'm actually quite willing to carry on for a bit. Bonus time, because I had to miss a couple of days. I've streamed for 2.5 hours before now. So I think the Slumbering Shipwright is over that way. Actually, I do have a reason for getting the candles. And that is... Nimue would like the flower from... the Season of the Nine-Coloured Deer. By the way, it is pronounced Nimue. It's 3 syllables. And she was indeed the Lady of the Lake in the Arthurian legends. Well, stories. don't think that's the right one. Oh, stop doing that to me. I hate it when they change the camera angles on you. What the heck? How did that work? That's an awfully long-range light up the spirit thing. Alright, let's so there we go, that's the one we want. Don't shut, don't shut, don't shut! I managed to squeeze through. Yeah, I'm afraid, before everyone came online, I can't say there was anything particularly distinctive about, or difficult about today's, challenges, mainly because for a Wingless, they were all perfectly, conventional. The only thing of vague interest for replay might be my, interpretation of the, what I'm going to call Nimue's story. Not Nimue's story, Nini's story. Why is... I was going to say, why were you doing the whole butterfly thing? Alright. One more daily to get. And that is this one. Tell you what, compared with running Baron or Luthien, oh no, Luthien's relaxing, but running Nimue for a live stream, and just for live stream, much more relaxing than doing candle runs and dedicated dailies and everything under the book. So to anybody who's watching, and it looks like we have 5 people now watching. Oh, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I was on 48 subscribers at the beginning of this stream, and I kind of would like to get to 50 for Christmas. Right, and I shall just wait here while I go and attend to biological needs, and I will be right back. Kindly talk amongst yourselves while I'm gone. And I'm back. Has the green light not dropped? Oh, look at that. Perfect timing. That's all the dailies. What time is it? Hang on. For me it is 15:13 hours. A wingless? No. In fact, I think the message is still there. One of my assumed subscribers tells me that they did in fact create a wingless and went through Eden with it. So I have 49? Ooh. I shall have to check. I think right now though, Thivir, it is just thee and me on the stream. Let's have a quick look. What happens if I do a refresh? Does it? 49! 3 watching. Yay! One more to go. Right. Yeah, I can't get that one. So we'll try and jump into the clouds and glide along the clouds. Oops. I think I'm going to have to fall into the sea. I am. Ah, it says 2 watching for me. One of them's me. Probably. So 15:13, there's no point in waiting for Grandma because that's not going to be for another hour or so. Hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20. And the turtle event, yeah, that's not going to be for a while. So I will just polish off this, unless I suddenly get massive number of people watching. Tell you what, it is nice to get back to streaming. I did look at simulcasting, but I think I have to pay for that, and I am not massively keen on having to do that at the moment. I thought there was a mod you could get for OBS that would allow me to simulcast, but it turns out I think that's only available for Windows. So guess I won't be doing that anytime soon. What's this? Oh, it's the... Oh yeah, it's that area I can't get up during the race. At least not easily. I suspect it might be possible. Well, thank you. I sometimes wonder if there's an optimum time to stream. For people in the UK, it would probably be afternoon, evening. And I've normally been awake for so long that's a bit difficult. For people in the US, it would be even later. People in Southeast Asia, I suppose their usual time might not be too bad if they're getting home. Am I going the right way? I'm not going the right way. Funny thing is, while Americans actually make up most of my subscribers, well, 16% of my viewers, I should say, the next biggest group of people who watch my videos are from the Philippines. Apparently I don't have any appeal to the British. Oh! Now we got 3 people watching. Well, 2 counting myself. Excuse me. Oh, now I'm tempted to just go run the candle cakes. I already got one of them. Is the season of gifting over? I think I got this one already. Bit out of sync with where all the lights are now. Normally on a day-to-day basis I can pretty much tell you, but having missed a few days well, most of the time it's fairly obvious. They also turned Prairie Peaks, by the way, into a winter wonderland. Yeah, I wish they'd do more storytelling like Season of the Nine-Colored Deer. I know I said that earlier. I actually thought when I started that's what it was going to be like with the different seasons. You know, every so often they'd have a season and it would be like a proper story, but they didn't do that. They went with this other stuff. Yep, you see? Nimue is slightly too tall to do a chibi run. Is it just me, or am I seeing quite a few moths? So what do I do next week? Try and persuade a random stranger to help me with the wind paths? Let's see if I've got enough time to do this. Yeah, no problem. Some odd reason my webcam angle changed somewhat, and I can't figure out entirely why. I mean, only by a few inches, but enough to irritate. So I had to redo that. I have a suspicion when I put up that 40-inch monitor I got for watching YouTube and movies, I may have moved a few things around without intending to. Come on. Oops. If anybody ever wants a cheap 40-inch 1080p monitor, Hanspree does one. Costs about £200. And it is fairly massive. Big display monitor. Very light. Build quality doesn't strike me as being fantastic, but it's a nice monitor for my purposes. And you can't see it, it's above my head. No, that doesn't qualify as a paid promotion. I'm not famous enough to get paid promotions. Merry Christmas, Alex. Actually, if we keep going for, what, another, what would it be, 45 minutes? If I keep going for another 35 minutes, it will be Christmas for some people. Well, Christmas Day, that is. Oh, that's a spirit she doesn't have. Yes, I'm sorry about that, Alex. Saturday was kind of my day off, and without going into long and boring detail, my right kidney decided it was going to be a good time to pass a kidney stone, which made me fairly ill. Fortunately, I didn't have to go to hospital over that one. But I will be streaming tomorrow at my usual time. Alex would be streaming The Pathless. Oh yeah, I had that about a month ago. That was no fun. That kept me off for a week. Oh yeah, I'm fine now. I seem to be somewhat prone to them in my, I say old age. Well, it's something that can happen to people as they get older. First one I had was absolutely appalling, but fortunately not this time. Didn't even think I had to go to hospital. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm actually 59 next month. So... yeah, for me it seems to have been kidney stones. Everything else seems to be hanging together, but... I basically seem to keep the kidney stones under control more or less by eating better, and I lost quite a bit of weight, and I drink a lot more tea than I used to. So... oh, thank you. I ought to set a goal. 75 subscribers by my 59th birthday. Yeah. Actually, I mean, tea or coffee will all help. Right. What haven't I done? There's a few bits. I'm not that bothered. Don't know why I'm bothering to get the candles. Oh, it'll give me another 20. Yeah, you know what? With that, I would get enough to get the flower from the spirit. What's the name of the spirit in the Crescent Oasis? I know what we'll do. We'll raise Thivia's blood pressure a bit by doing a run down the Valley of Triumph. Assuming Thivia's still awake. Yeah, I wish they'd do the same with tickets. There have been, obviously there have been complaints about that. There have also been complaints that the nature of the game's changed over the years, so, you know, there's more necessity to grind candles than apparently there used to be. Thivia, how many times have I done candle runs with a Wingless down here? It is, yep. Gem's even trusted me to take her Wingless down here. Against my advice. I've taken Mia down here, have I not? Actually, that bit's that bit's fairly straightforward. There's no great panics there. Yeah. I don't know, but I suspect the dynamics of the game changed, and it's very easy to ascribe venal motives. Is that the correct expression? To that game company. That is, you know, wanting more money. But I have a suspicion that costs of running the game are probably high. And they may, and I'm trying to put things in as positive a light, they may have been forced to put more emphasis on somehow getting money out of the game. It's very easy to have a go at game developers without knowing their circumstances. Having been involved in software development, and actually not exactly game development, but you know, the hidden stories are always more complicated than you think. I've no doubt there are games out there which deliberately and explicitly try and get as much money out of people as possible, but yeah. I mean, you know, if you want to make money from a game, you need look no further than Candy Crush, or yeah, Candy Crush. I don't know how much money they make now, but they made a fortune from selling stuff in Candy Crush. And apparently the people make money that they make money from, and it's millions a month. They will typically spend £23 a month on average on Candy Crush. Yeah. Well, I mean, I imagine running the server. How many servers must they have? The server costs for this game must be astronomical. I mean, I know they've had as many as 10,000 people online at once for one of the Aurora concerts. And I saw one concert, one of the Aurora concerts, and there were, I want to say, 9,000 people present. That's a lot of players to be somehow spread around servers. So I must admit, what I would... They could be far worse than they are, yes. I mean, I think there is some valid criticism to the cost of some of the cosmetics. I mean, £25 for a cosmetic. Holy moly, that's quite a bit. But they could be worse. They could, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if one of the things they make the most money from is people buying candles. There are players who will immediately spend the money to get new cosmetics. In fact, we saw one of them earlier, I think. I don't think it's actually possible to have gotten the Mad Hatter's hats via tickets so early, so somebody had to have spent money. Possibly. Yeah. But yeah, no, there is an acknowledged... I say acknowledged. I've heard of players who will spend money to get the cosmetics the moment they come out. I mean, what have we got now in terms of in-apps? We've got... Some of this seems a bit daft. Look at this. What does this do? The Wonderland Cafe Corridor for £20? The Primrose Pinafore set. You know, this cape. You know, if somebody decided they wanted one of each of those, that's a lot. Still, could be worse. I mean, at least they haven't got gambling in the game. Have you seen those so-called free-to-play games where they sell loot chests? That's gambling, and that is yeah. I've stopped playing games like that. Not that I spent any money on them, but I disapproved in principle of the idea. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. I've got no interest in going. But yeah, no, the whole loot chest concept made it, well, trying to remember. Yeah, there's quite a few games that will do that. And that's gambling, because they don't... Because for all the money you spend on that, there's... there's been some drama about that for some time, I think. because I seem to remember it going back a few years. And one of the problems, of course, is not only it's not just that it's encouraging gambling; it's encouraging gambling in children. Now, you can argue that adults have a choice. Adults should be better informed, but you don't want a game where you encourage children to gamble. I mean, that is no, they should not be doing that. There's been a scene in Minecraft. Yeah, there's a scene in Minecraft about servers which basically do gambling. There's at least one one successful YouTuber associated with that. Preston Plays. He's been associated with that, and he should know better. But yeah, see, that's no. Mind you, Roblox. And I'm trying to think. Roblox didn't have quite the same thing. Roblox had other problems. Still does, probably, to do with children working on Roblox games. That's another set of problems. At some point, I ought to read the Minecraft Terms of Service and End User License Agreement, because I think there's some stuff in there which is worth understanding. Minecraft itself does not, Mojang itself does not, obviously, it's not in favor of servers where play to win is a thing, or loot boxes or that kind of thing. And I believe it's against their terms of service. And of course, the complaint against Mojang is that they're not doing anything to stop the practice. And then we come down to slightly more difficult issues, because given that Mojang is owned by Microsoft, who should we be having a go at? Mojang or Microsoft? I would say Microsoft. Yeah, but as far as I'm concerned, Preston Plays ought to be just kicked off YouTube for his involvement in gambling in Minecraft servers. Oh, maybe that's extreme. I don't know. But yeah. Well, of course, now you've not just got, of course, the Preston Plays type of people getting involved in dubious money-making schemes through their influence on YouTube. Of course, you've got people like Mr. Beast and Logan Paul and their rip-offs that they've been up to, allegedly. I mean, I'm amazed that they haven't been sued. Really? Oh. Hang on, how can they do that? YouTube has been known to actually take down channels for linking to gambling. Or are they streaming on Twitch? Because I think the rules on Twitch are a little bit more easygoing. I mean, I am doing what I'm doing almost a throwback to early YouTube. You know, I could never see myself doing the Mr. Beast thing or the commentary thing, you know, where people comment on other people's content. Um, to be honest, one of the things that bothers me is, and some of the YouTubers that I like, what was one of them? Matt Easton of Schola Gladiatoria. He does a channel about swords. And Matt Easton got promoted by League of Legends. I think it was League of Legends. Now, I don't know, he must have needed the money, is all I can say, but it struck me as being a grating addition to his channel. It didn't fit within the context of his channel at all. Mind you, a League of Legends. What are you doing up here? A League of Legends contract is worth, you know, £10,000. So, you know, if they needed the money, yeah. Honestly, I kind of got tired. I did initially watch some of the Mr. Beast furore, which was endlessly entertaining. If only because I never liked Mr. Beast's style. I didn't suspect that he was as dubious as he's turned out to be, but I got a bit tired of some of the coverage. Oh, come on, somebody, race me down the hill. Mind you, I've probably said this before, YouTube is interesting in general. For me, as a small-time, you know, nobody, YouTube's actually quite helpful. You know, they spot potential copyright issues after the upload and before publishing. And they don't say, oh no, this is a copyright strike. They give you the opportunity to remove it. Which is you know, which is nice and helpful, especially to the smaller content creator. But on the other hand, people get away with uploading copyrighted movies to YouTube all the time. I just saw earlier today. Hang on. Now I'm curious. Yeah, no, I don't like Mr. Beast's style. It's very cleverly done. Don't get me wrong. What he's done is clever. But hang on a second. What was it I saw? I'm just actually going to have a quick look, see if I can find it again. I'm pretty certain I saw the movie Tremors on somebody's channel on YouTube. And I'm pretty certain Tremors is definitely copyrighted. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, we'll ignore things like Volcanic Doom because that's probably the Asylum. I wouldn't be surprised if the Asylum lets their movies go out on YouTube, but no. Yeah, but I'm pretty certain I saw the movie Tremors for free on somebody's YouTube channel. I'm pretty certain that's a copyright violation. And they've got stuff that stay up here for a significant amount of time. If you poke around long enough, you can find Marvel movies. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Marvel movies, but the new Dune 2, that was on. No, I can't find it now. Yeah, the new Dune 2, that was somebody uploaded that. Oh, Borderlands! Somebody uploaded Borderlands to their YouTube channel. Oh, that's a violation of copyright right there. As terrible a movie as Borderlands was supposed to be. Oh yeah, no, Mr. Beast found, he found out how to do the whole thumbnail thing. Yeah, he changes thumbnails regularly. I think that's for notifications. He does this quick cut system, within the first 30 seconds you've got 3 cuts. So it's bang, 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 excitement, excitement, excitement. Which of course appeals to children. He's got the whole setup. In a way what he does is genius. I just don't happen to like it. I would far rather, and I've done this, sit down and watch a 3-hour documentary about, let's see, battles in New Guinea during World War II. Yeah, that suits me fine. I can sit down for 3 hours and watch that while I'm doing something easily. And what's even funnier is I'm pretty certain there are people who watch my stuff and just leave it in the background. I had one channel advertising me reading the That Game Company end-user license agreement and terms of service. They actually advertised it as ASMR, I think, and as what was it? Content to fall asleep to. Right, I'm actually going to keep this going for 5 minutes until it's Christmas Day for Thivia, if she's still awake. Are you still with us, Thivia? But from what I understand too, some of the Mr. Beast stuff has either been misrepresented or just plain wrong. But a lot of the stuff is also not so wrong. The thing is, unless we ever get a proper investigation into him, we're never going to really know, because right now what we have is a mixture of stuff that may be true, stuff that may not be true, stuff that may have been posted by people who just resent him. And of course, there's a difference, because it's, Jimmy Donaldson and Mr. Beast are not exactly the same. Mr. Beast is the company, and Jimmy Donaldson is the front man for it. And I don't know how much control Jimmy Donaldson has over Mr. Beast. Gets complicated, doesn't it? What am I doing next? I mean, I've just got a few minutes to mess around with until it's Christmas Day for some people. Hang on, how many? Oh no, I need a lot more than that. Yeah, but I used to say, I used to think about Mr. Beast. Okay, I don't like him, but all right, you know, he seems to be well-meaning, and then you find out that this whole um, charitable charity for money thing that he does, it's awfully cynical, and then you have to start questioning, well, how much good is he really doing? And it seems like everything he does has to be filmed. So, yeah, he may be giving hundreds of thousands of dollars away to people, but he's making more than that in the video, and he's only doing it to make the video. And that is awfully cynical. I mean, if he wanted to do real good, there's so much he could do. He could do projects with Médecins Sans Frontières, you know, Doctors Without Borders. He doesn't do that. It's not flashy enough for him, I suppose. He could do projects building housing for the homeless. You know, he could literally build the land and build the properties and set up a proper infrastructure. He could afford that, doesn't do it. At least not that I'm aware of. Hello, tall moth. Oh, you wanted the corridor, didn't you? Well, I have now come up to 3 hours. And I think it is time I brought this to an end. Thank you everyone for watching. If you're in Malaysia, Merry Christmas, because it is now Christmas Day there. And I said I'd stream long enough for a friend of mine to switch over into Christmas Day. If any of the people watching aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Let's see if I can make it 50 by tomorrow. Yes, I know I've said that before. I would like to do that. That would be kind of cool. Just a reminder, I will be streaming The Pathless tomorrow at 9 o'clock GMT. All going well. I will schedule it once I've done with this. The Pathless is a game by the same people who made Abzu, and they were involved with Flower and I think Journey? Or was it just Flower? So that could be an interesting experience. Abzu certainly was, and Flower definitely was too. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will see some of you hopefully tomorrow, and the rest of you next time you find my live stream online. Have a very Merry Christmas and a good day.